Public information. Canadian trade by industry. Industry Canada. Canadian total exports. Total for all industries. Origin. Now this is for all of Canada. Destination to all the world. All countries of the world. Data last 5 years. So there's been a decrease. Canadian total exports, total for all industries, origin Canada, United States for the last 5 years. The destination United States for the last 5 years. So you see, there's been a 25% decrease for the last 5 years in our exports to United States. Our exports is what creates our GDP, part of it. It's how we make profit in Canada. So, in our economy, the total Canadian exports, which means that all the goods that have been manufactured in Canada that are being transported or sold outside of our country, all of these goods total to the number of 400,000, to make it simplified, according to the graphs. Now this is in millions of dollars of units, but anyways, it's 400,000. We exported, Canada exported to the USA, of that 400,000, 300,000 units. Therefore, that means that 75% of our export market, 75% of where companies sell their goods, goes to the United States of America. So, if America was ever to collapse, if the economy or the value of the US dollar was ever to collapse, we would lose 75% of our export market right away. Instantly. That would have catastrophic effect here in Canada. We would be left with only 25% of an export market. Talk about a drastic lifestyle change. Now out of that 400,000, 300,000, as you see, came directly from the United States of America. So basically, 75% of our export industry is riding upon America. 75%. Canadian total exports. Exports, origin from Quebec. The destination to all countries in the world. Data is from the last 5 years. So you see, it went from 80,000 to just under 60,000, and those numbers stop at 2010. So there's been about a 30% to 35% loss of exports that are going out of Quebec. Origin, Quebec. Destination, United States. For the last 5 years, the total exports. Now you see a 20,000, or you see the decrease? 20,000 millions of dollars in Canadian money since 2010. Here in Quebec, according to Canadian statistics, total number of Quebec exports in units, again this is in millions of dollars, 60,000. Number of exports to the United States of America, 40,000 of those 60,000. So if America's economy was ever to collapse, or the dollar was ever to collapse, we would lose the export market. 65% of the exports that are leaving Quebec would have no place to go now. That leaves us with 35%, 20,000, as you see. Numbers are very clear. This is very scary to think about, if this would happen. And we're on the verge of this potentially happening. Canadian total exports, leaving Canada, heading to China, last 5 years, about 14,000. Scroll down, 2010, China, 14,000. So there are many people that are hoping that China will replace the United States of America. It will never happen. If you look, the Canadian total exports is 400,000 units. Of those 400,000 units, 14,000 only are exports to China. So China is not going to make up the market that we lose if the American economy crashes. As I said, America owns 75% of Canadian export market. There's only 25% left. And China has a very small part of that market. They're not interested. We've been in trade with them for many, many years. Why haven't they asked for a bigger part of the market? They're not interested. Something's blocking them. This video is not about that reason at this time, but nevertheless, 14,000. Canadian total exports. Exports from Canada going to the United Kingdom last 5 years, about 16,000 for 2010. 16,000. So out of the 400,000 units that are exported from Canada, the exports that are going to the United Kingdom, to Britain, to Her Majesty, are 16,000 units. That's it. So 300,000 are going to America, USA, 16,000 to United Kingdom, 14,000 to China. That creates 30. We're already up to 330 from the total of 400,000 that Canada has. So 70,000 units left for all the little countries that are out there that we're exporting to. The majority, the base of our market is based upon the US economy. When the dollar tanks in US because they've devalued it, get ready because there is going to be a heck of problems here in Canada and in Quebec. So you don't really need to be an economist to understand that our export market is strictly built upon our relationship with the United States of America, and that if for whatever reason America would run into trouble or there would be a financial collapse in America, that we here in Canada would suffer. We could have built our markets external to America, but the people who lead this corporation called Canada decided that it was better that we built our market with the America, for whatever reason. So, without even realizing it, the average person on the street doesn't understand that Canada's standing or Canada's foundation rests upon the success of the United States of America. Because if we lose our export markets, then all the goods that we manufacture, all the food that we produce, that is being exported, most of it will have nowhere to go. So one of two things will happen. Either we will have to drop the prices of what we produce a lot in order for it to be sold, or it just won't sell. Because no other markets around the world can replace America for Canada. We've been trading in exports, let's say for 25 years now. It's been longer, but just to give an example. And in those 25 years, China's only accepted 14,000 units. And the United Kingdom has only accepted 16,000 units of all those 400,000 units, according to the numbers that we see. Why is that? If we can't build a market to export to other countries big enough like America in 25 years, how can we do it if there's a sudden collapse? Who in their right mind will think, oh, we can all of a sudden replace America with another country, when in 25 years it's taken us this long to build the trading with the other countries? Ridiculous thinking. So, here in Canada, we need to prepare for something that's going to happen.